Manifesting a G-Wagon, manifesting a G-Wagon, manifesting a G-Wagon.
Hello besties! You can't even see me. I'm in the car right now. Welcome to the new vlog. I didn't have enough time to set up my camera properly before driving. Anyways, today is brand deal day. I'm going to shoot with Chipotle. I've been up since 6:30 in the morning. I don't know how I used to wake up at 6:30 in the morning every single day to go to work. I don't know her. What is this lighting? God damn. I really need to get a tripod holder, like stand for this camera because I'm using my camera right now, not my phone. Anyways, I am nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. Like I literally make videos and TikToks every day, but I'm nervous. And I woke up so freaking early, got ready, hair, makeup, FaceTimed my friend Gabe who moved to Amsterdam. That was super cute. How do people wake up this early? Like, I know you get used to it, and I was at one point that girly that woke up at like 6:30 every day to drive like 45 minutes to work. I hate a commute. I'm never going in an office ever again. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so brand deal day today. I'll talk to you more about it later, I think, once we're done. I want to do like a day in the life. I'll take snippets while I'm there. Pretty much, Chipotle is opening their first store ever in Calgary. They reached out to me to do a collab, and I was like, hey, I would love to do this. Here's my media kit. Here are my rates for whatever deliverables you're looking at. We agreed on a TikTok video, reshared to Reels. I'm so grateful. And yeah, I'm just very grateful and very happy. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm listening to Cancel Podcast, Tana and Brooke. Goodbye. I gotta go. Talk later. I love you. Bye. We're done working. We learned how to roll a burrito. Sampled a bunch of the food. Now eating. Chipotle honestly slays. Also, I'm vlogging, so that's why I'm talking. Okay. Okay. I can have this every single day. This cheese sauce, next level. It's a cheese fondue. It's better.
I love that. That's so cute. Oh my god. I love that tattoo spot. I did it hurt? It's in your finger. Okay.
It a lot.
It's very cute though. I want a tattoo. I wanted the same one my whole life.
What?
But I just like, I'm too scared. It's like a doodle of a sun right here, because where I'm from, our flag is like a sun, and my grandma called me her son in like Macedonian, like language.
Okay, that's cute.
And I love the heat, I love the sun, and like a little doodle of the sun, like it's so cute. But I'm just so, I kind of want to. I'm scared.
Oh, we got two eggs.
Oh my god, toe bags. I love toe bags. I'm like 40. Me too.
From all these fucking events I'm having.
No, you're good. You can be in it as long as you're like. Oh my god.
Thanks for you guys.
Thank you so much. This is the most beautiful tote bag. Like, oh my god. It's okay to be a little extra. This is the best. The quality, the color. That was so much fun, y'all. It was surreal. I just love Chipotle. And this is their first location in Calgary, first location in Alberta. And we did this full, like, they're doing this influencer campaign. The fact that I'm like one of the creators they're working with, and we were in the back making all this stuff. It's so surreal. I'm so grateful. Oh, it was so much fun. I have so much content to go through, and I'm off to a coffee shop to grab a coffee, maybe do some work, maybe just kind of chill. I low-key don't feel like doing any work right now because my head, I need to like decompress. And then I have a facial consultation thing, maybe get a facial, and then finally go home, edit the content, the revisions. The first round of edits is due tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to work on that. So fun. I try to get some clips, so I'm not sure how good they look. Anyways, I'm gonna drive now. Talk to you later. Had my coffee, got some emails done. Reminder to take yourself out for coffee. I love my coffee dates. I love taking myself out. I'm off to my facial appointment. All done. I didn't want to vlog in there too much, but we did dermaplaning, which I love. It's pretty much like shaving your face. And then we did high frequency, I think it's called, which is like the zapping thing. It's good for killing bacteria. And then we did a chemical peel with glycolic acid. Love chemical peels. I feel like I just love them. It was like such an aesthetic and beautiful experience. Love ya. Talk to you later. I'm just like having my lunch right now. My first, finally finishing my bowl. I started it at the shoot and I'm finishing it now. I'm watching Danny DMC on YouTube, and she The video is called getting my dream car at age 30. And I'm like almost emotional. I'm like, this is so freaking cool because it's my dream car as well, a G-Wagon. And I know they're also low-key ugly, but I just like, something in me feels connected to this car. Not to be dramatic, but here's her car. I want like, I do like the black G-Wagon. I also like this one I keep seeing in Calgary at this like gas station. It's like a dark green. That one is just, I think, my favorite. Anyways, manifesting a G-Wagon. Talk to you later. Hello. Okay, so I'm back. I ate, feeling good. I wanted to do a few like influencer questions and answers type of things. I also don't want to make this video too long. I also have no idea what I actually captured today. So Izzy and I are here. You're two, he is everyone's favorite influencer, I think. He is the love of my life. Okay, so backstory. I started my food page 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I just started for fun. I literally had no goal, no idea, nothing. I was just doing the damn thing because I always had blogs on and off. I always knew I wanted to be online and create content. I was always taking photos of things, always creating stuff. I knew I wanted to be in the social media space. At the time, I didn't know what that meant. And I just wanted a place to dump all my photos and just recommend Calgary things because I had already been doing that on my personal page. And a lot of people were like, wait, I need a recommendation for this. I need a recommendation for that. And I was like, I'm just going to make a page for this. So 4 years ago. The first 2 years of my journey were kind of slow because I remember the first year and a bit, I was so discouraged and I was like, how come this and this creator is invited to events and how come like their pages are growing faster? And I was just like super sad and down. And I think that's bound to happen, especially when you're online and constantly comparing yourself to other people. Just like calm down for a second and realize how far you've come and how incredible it is to be working on your dream life, in your dream hobby, dream, whatever it is. For me right now, the other day, I like literally broke down and I was like, wait a minute. I needed to be reminded that I have come so far. Yana 4 years ago would be shook to see where I am at today. And I need to not discredit how far I've come and how much I've achieved. Yes, there's still a lot more to do. Yes, there's people that are always going to be better than you, bigger than you, getting paid more than you. That's the space you're in. Anyway, so 4 years ago, I started my page. A year and a bit in, I was like, ugh, whatever. And I remember about 2 years ago, I think is when I started my TikTok. And I remember my TikTok, few of my videos just did so well. And then a few more did well. Then more and more kept doing well. And I was like, what is going on? And I remember at one point, this brand was like, how much would you charges for a video? I was like, huh? This is a thing people do? And that was about 2-ish years ago. And as I started posting on TikTok and kind of getting myself really familiar with the platform, with the algorithm and creating content for both TikTok and Instagram, my Instagram also grew. So influencers, brand deals, all of this. So a question I got is, how do you get noticed by brands? And I think that is, the truth is, number one, brands at the end of the day care about your following. So back 3 years ago when I was at barely 1,000 followers versus now at 13,000 makes a big difference. And that's just how it is. So brands notice you when you have a certain following, when you have an engaged crowd, when you're posting consistently, when the content is authentic, when the content is relevant to what they're trying to promote as well. So for brands to notice you, you need to be present in social media. You need to be very consistent in social media, and you need to, although like I hate the fact that you need to be in a niche in the beginning, like you do need to have a niche of like something you're talking about. So maybe it's skincare, maybe it's your journey through whatever, maybe it's something you're really passionate about, really good at. Find at least one or two things to kind of focus on, and then brands that are looking out for creators in that space will find you because that's what you're talking about on Instagram and TikTok. And especially TikTok, it's like a search engine. So if you're using specific keywords in your content, the specific texts and tags and whatever, they will be able to find you when they're looking for influencers on influencer platforms. So brands to find you, I think it's very important for you to post consistently and be very consistent with what you're talking about. And I keep saying this, but you need to keep posting. If you post once a week, like babes, pick it up, pick up the pace, because I don't think that's how you're gonna grow. So you need to find what it is you're passionate about, what it is you want to talk about, what it is that you just genuinely enjoy doing. Creating content shouldn't feel like that much work, because at the end of the day, I always say this, just document your life. Document what it is you like to do, what it is that you enjoy. Food, cooking, maybe it's make whatever it is. Like, you need to just focus on that. So, and then brands eventually will find you. Yeah, I think brands will find you as you grow your presence online, as you're posting more consistently, and as you are continuing, creating content and whatever it is that you're interested in. So that's number one. I don't know if that even made sense. All I'm trying to say is keep posting. Hello? Brands will find you if you're out there. And if you're not out there, if you're not posting, you're not putting yourself out there, then they're not going to find you, period. If it's something you genuinely like to do, just do it. If you're forcing it because everyone else is doing it, it will at one point become really tiring and exhausting. For me, like, I don't know how to explain this. I just love it so much. I love sharing, I love oversharing, I love being online, and that's my truth. So what do you do to start getting brand deals? I don't think there's anything in particular you need to start doing. I guess like start creating content. But if you're already creating content for whatever it is you're passionate about, like I said, you just need to keep going, because brands want to work with people that represent that brand, obviously their values, and they talk about what the brand does. Brands will come to you because, what the hell am I saying? Back again to what do you do to get brand deals? I think you just need to be, like I keep saying, this is literally the key here, is consistent. So I post on TikTok and Instagram every single day. Yes, every single day. Please, like, you have to be patient. For me, last year is when I first started making income from social media, and I was like, I'm getting paid for a video. I can't really expect to grow in anything in life, whether it's your career, your whatever journey you're on, if you're not consistent, if you're not working on it. So just keep up at it. So the whole influencer world is crazy, and the only way you'll ever really get more into it is like by doing it. At the end of the day, create content that you would like to watch. Create content that is engaging, that's valuable. Give something to the people. Like, if you're just, I don't know how to say this, but like, good content will win, and good content means different things. So there we go. I don't know what else to say. So example for today, let's do a case study. So today I had a brand deal with Chipotle. So Chipotle reached out to me about, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago, whatever. They were like, hey, we're opening our brand new location in Calgary. We would love to collaborate with local influencers. Would you like to work with us? And I was like, oh my God, absolutely. I love Chipotle, and I've been there before. Like, I do like Chipotle. Oh, one big thing is work with brands you like. I have turned down opportunities because I'm like, hey, you don't really align with what I'm talking about. So Chipotle reached out, I was like, hell yeah. And I've replied back, yes, I would love to work with you. Here are my rates, and here's my media kit for you to reference. So sometimes the brand will be like, hey, what are your rates for these deliverables? Or sometimes they'll just be like, hey, we want to work with you. What do you think? To that, I always reply, yes, I'd love to, if I do actually want to. Here are my rates. Like, if they ask for rates and a media kit, I send it to them. If they don't ask, I'm like, hey, I'd love to work with you. I do, however, charge for content. Here are my rates. From that point, if they didn't really ask for rates in the first time, they're either going to be like, oh, great, perfect. We were planning to pay content creators anyway. Here's our budget. What do you kind of negotiate? Or if they're expecting for you to do work for free or on a commission based or a gifted collaboration, at that point, it's on you to figure out whether that's worth it or not. There's times where I've said yes to gifted collaborations and yes to like affiliate things, because the client wasn't really demanding, and it's something that I wanted to do, something I wanted to try, something I already enjoyed. So I felt like a good fit. Lately, I'm saying yes a lot less, because I only have so much energy and time to do free and gifted things. Some things like benefit me, some don't. So you just have to figure that out. Anyway, so Chipotle was like, hey girl, what do you want to work with us? I was like, yep, I do. Here's my rates. And they got back to me relatively fast, and they were like, okay, amazing. How about we meet in the middle and like we charge. They chose one of my packages, and they're like, how about this much? So they negotiated. Like I usually like shoot for obviously getting paid more and negotiate down. So that's okay. Always shoot your shot with like the highest amount you'd like to be paid, and have a threshold in your head. Like, okay, I'm willing to do this thing, and this is my lowest rate I'm willing to do it at, if that makes sense. So we found a middle ground, negotiated it. I had to like accept less than what I initially sent, but it was still within my threshold of like, yep, I'm willing to accept that. And keep in mind, Chipotle is a big brand. So I sent my rates to them that I sent to bigger brands, not to local brands, because Chipotle is a Chipotle, okay? Everyone knows Chipotle. And then they were like, hey, we would love for you to reshare that video on TikTok as well. Actually, would you accept this much more for that? And I was like, yep, that aligns with my rates. Let's do it. There we go. From then on, they sent me a contract. I reviewed the contract, reviewed the deliverables. Actually, in the contract, they made a mistake. So I was like, hey, I think you made a mistake here. Can you please resend me the correct one? So make sure you read your contract so that you're not signing something where it says, oh, and you have to let us do this and this and this and this. No, you're not paying me for that. So be very mindful when you read your contract. For Chipotle, that's kind of how it worked. I got the contract, I signed it, we agreed. They sent me a timeline for the content. They sent me the information for today. Anyways, so that's kind of how it works. You go back and forth. My tips are to be patient, be consistent, be kind to whoever's reaching out to you. Even if they're reaching out and they're like, hey, we want to pay you $50 for 10 deliverables. And to you, that's like ridiculous. And they're clearly taking advantage of you. I'm still not going to be mean. I'll be like, hey, that's below my usual rate. Here are my typical rates. I'm willing to negotiate these, but yours is too low. Always be nice, because the person behind the screen, I used to have a job like that, which reach out to creators. It's just a person who's working with someone else's budget. It's not them like trying to put you down and pay you less. It's their manager being like, hey, we only have this much money, figure it out. So that's just the influencer world. There's literally like no rules, which kind of sucks as well. Anyway, but yeah, keep in mind of exclusivity rates, usage rates. Like, sometimes brands, exclusivity means, let's say Chipotle was like, hey, for the next 3 months, you can't work with any of our competitors. And they gave me a list of like 20 restaurants. That to me is lost income if those brands were to reach out to me. So you need to include that in your rate as well. Usage rights is then being like, hey, we want to use this content on our feed to post organically, or we want to use that content for ads. So those two have different rates. So understand how they're using your content, what they're using it for, how long do they want an exclusivity period. But if I knew for a fact I had a really huge brand deal with McDonald's coming up at the same time as Chipotle, I would have had to let them know or potentially turn down the opportunity. So keep in mind of these like little things. But anyway, so all I'm gonna say is there's definitely all these really big creators that you can talk to and reach out to and whatever. I'm like not where I want to be yet. But I also need to stop putting myself down and saying that, because I've come such a long way and I'm really proud for how far I've come and how I've been able to pursue like a passion of mine. And for me, content creation, influencing is not a full-time thing. It's not my full-time job, but it has generated an income, and a bigger income than it did last year. So I'm like, okay, like if I keep going, I'm just gonna keep making more and more. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. But obviously with that means I need to continue posting, like following trends and being online and creating content, like doing the whole thing. I can't just like chill now and not post for 3 months. What else are people curious about? I totally forget what people want to know. Oh, for me personally, so far, because I've been busy doing other things / also lazy, I've never actually gone out of my way to reach out to a brand, or if a brand had like a posting up for like collaborate for influencers, I've never actually gone out of my way to apply to pitch myself. I know a lot of content creators do that, and there's websites to do that where you can just submit, like upload your information and potentially secure that brief or whatever. So I haven't really done that. I know that's a thing people do. They'll reach out to brands themselves. So definitely outreach. The other thing I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? Definitely pursue it. You literally, I keep saying this, excuse me, you have nothing to lose. Like if you're already creating content or you have these ideas or there's something you want to do, just do it, because no one else is gonna do it. You have to do it for yourself. For me, this is something I did, like I said, for funsies, and it's something I've been doing by myself and figuring out by myself for the last 4 years. Reaching out to other creators and influencers has helped me a lot. I've learned a lot like that. I have people coming up to me and ask me questions, which I love, because I love when creators are like, hey, this brand reached out to me, how much are you charging it? I'm like, oh, this much, how much are you charging? And by being transparent, like I learned, my ear hurts so. Anyway, so I find that those conversations have helped me a lot. Example, I worked with a brand last year and so did another creator. And I was like, hey, not to be to a front. I'm just wondering, do you mind letting me know how much you got paid for this? I told them, I was like, I got paid this much. This is what they asked of me. The creator was shocked. They were like, huh? They got paid $100 for the deliverable. I had that same deliverable, same thing. I got paid $1,100 because I sent them those rates. They didn't even negotiate with me. So chances are if I sent them 2K, they maybe would have accepted or maybe would have negotiated down, but they didn't even go, oh, how about this much? Nope. They were like, yep, sounds good. Here's a brief. And I told them that. And then they were like, oh my goodness, like, thank you. And I heard some feedback that that's helped them get even more brand deals and get paid and stuff. So anytime someone's like, hey, I want you to do these deliverables for me, I need you to deliver this, follow up with, hey, I have rates associated with that. If they don't have a budget, it's on you to be like, is that worth my time? Yeah, because they're a huge brand and I want to work with them. Or you know what? No, that's not really worth it. So you have to figure that out. Anyways, I am going to try and upload all my content. But yeah, face is red, a little irritated from the chemical peel, which is bound to happen. I'm not really surprised. So I did have like a little pimple here. But otherwise I'm feeling really happy with my skin. The peel was amazing. I love chemical peels. I tried a new place in Calgary and so far loving it. I loved the esthetician there. She was just great. So I'll see how that goes. And the rest of the day I'm meeting with my friend Vincent. And then number 2, I'm gonna have to edit the Chipotle content, send it all over today. And I have a client thing I wanna finish. So that's the rest of the day. I love working for myself. I haven't worked for someone since May, and to be honest, it's the happiest I've ever been. And I've always had good managers. It's not like I've had horrible jobs and bad managers. It's just like, I just feel so much more fulfilled working on my own thing. So I am so like fully supportive. If there's something you're putting on the back burner, waiting to be ready for, stop doing that and just do it. You're never gonna be ready. I started my food blog on a whim. I had a broken ankle at home. I was bored. I started my business on a whim, made up the website. I was like, I'm done thinking about this. I'm just gonna do it. And now here we are a few years later. Like, you will never be fully ready and nothing will ever be perfect. And if anything, for me, being imperfect online and sharing like realistic things and being authentic with people, like telling them a journey as is, like my skin journey, my struggles with whatever it is, everything I talk about, that is the reason people want to follow you for yourself. So if there's something you're like, oh, I'm not ready yet because I still, I don't know, like look like this or don't feel right, just, I don't know. You can only have so many excuses. You just got to do it, babes. Anyways, that's enough talking. I'm still dehydrated. Thank you for following along today. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have ideas, like if you have questions for anything I talked about here, let me know. Okay, bye.